JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, owner of Baba Roots gunned down at Westmoreland home. William Webb, the owner of a local herbal drink brand Baba Roots, was reportedly gunned down at his home in Darliston, Westmoreland on Sunday morning. Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP Adrian Hamilton, in charge of operations in the Westmoreland Police Division, confirmed the incident on Sunday morning. According to police reports, 4 gunmen invaded Webb's room through a window at about 3:45 a.m. and shot him after a brief conversation. Law enforcement officers stated that the gunmen also ransacked his room. Webb was taken to the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. His death has left residents and business owners in a state of shock and disbelief. Man gunned down in Banbury District, St. Catherine. Detectives at the Linstead Police Station in St. Catherine are investigating the murder of a man in Banbury District on Friday. The deceased has been identified as 52-year-old Clive White, who is from the community. About 4:30 a.m., residents reportedly heard explosions and later found White's body along the roadway. The police were summoned and checks revealed that White had multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was transported to the Linstead Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No motive has been established for White's murder. Man wanted for a triple murder in St. Andrew, held in Clarendon police raid. A man featured on the Jamaica Constabulary Forces JCF Wanted Wednesdays was held by the police in Clarendon on Saturday morning. Charles Walford, who was wanted for a triple murder in the St. Andrew South Division, was held by the Maypen police during a raid on Junior Crescent in Maypen. Reports received are that a joint police-military team conducted targeted raids at Junior Crescent in search of an illegal gun, which was evidence in a murder which occurred in the area on Thursday. The police said they were also searching for persons of interest during the operation. During the raid, the police said Walford was seen, taken into custody, and placed in the Maypen police lockup. The police said the operation was incident-free. Absolutely scary. This is absolutely scary, declared Mary Jones when she beheld thousands of dead fish lining the Harbourhead shore in Harbourview, St. Andrew, yesterday morning. She was among several persons who made the usual Saturday morning trek to the area for recreational fishing and was shocked by what greeted them. Fisherfolk in the area who rely on the bay for their livelihood were even more dismayed, questioning what could have caused it as they foretell of a dim Christmas season. The dead fish, mostly sprat, started floating and washing ashore about 10 o'clock, and as the morning progressed, the entire shoreline, as far as the eyes could see, was covered by the massive fish kill. The residents claim this was a second occurrence in the last month, but the other was not of this magnitude. The incident occurred in the vicinity of the recently opened multi-billion-dollar Kingston dry dock, and the residents blame the fish kill on a vessel that has been anchored near there for some time. But the National Environmental Planning Agency, NEPA, debunked those allegations, attributing the phenomenon to a buildup of oxygen-depleting algae. The fish, in essence, suffocated. It is not a new phenomenon, explained Anthony Mackenzie, Director of Environmental Management and Conservation at NEPA, but it's a much wider issue than just a discharge of a ship. Acknowledging that it was not uncommon for vessels to cause harm to sea life, he stressed that yesterday's occurrence was unrelated to that. You can look out and see the red-brown color in the water of the algae, and then there's the normal greenish color, he said, explaining that an increased proliferation of algae depletes the oxygen level in the water. Based on observations, it is a couple thousand fish that have died. We're noticing a trend for that section of the harbor this time of the year, but red tide is not unusual to the harbor, Mackenzie said, adding that some algae are toxic and thus may become more harmful to marine life. Just that there's a problem with us catching the small fish. If millions of these fish are killed, it must affect everybody. The fishers, the vendors, and our customers, fisherman Winston Monroe lamented. We're going to feel some of its impact in the Christmas and some of it afterwards. We're licensed to fish in the harbor, and with this major fish kill, the fish that we're relying on are being killed prematurely, he said. A meeting has been called for tomorrow with members of the fishing village, he said, to examine the impact of this major fish kill and to chart a way forward during and after the Yuletide season. We want to have a meeting among ourselves before we take it to the environmental people them to see what is going on, Monroe said. 21-year-old murder convict says Juvenile Central associates led him astray. DeAndre Grant, who, along with his cronies, murdered a man and a woman and wounded 2 other people in separate incidents, between December 2022 and July this year, claimed that he was led on the wrong path by persons he met in a juvenile center. The Belfield, Manchester construction worker was on Thursday sentenced to life in prison. He is to serve 23 years and 6 months before the possibility of parole. The 21-year-old Grant made the claim during retrospection with a probation officer preparing a social inquiry report, which was accepted as part of the court's record. In the same report, residents of his community said they were completely shocked by Grant's actions, as his usual demeanor was that of a person who could mash ants. The murder convict pleaded guilty last month on an indictment with 13 counts under a plea deal. The charges consist of 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of wounding with intent, 6 counts of making use of a firearm to commit a felony, and 3 counts of assault with intent to rob. In handing down the sentence, Justice Leighton Pusey accepted the sentence recommendations of Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn. Grant was given 2 life sentences for the murders of Sonil Michet and Catherine Matthews. The judge ordered that he serve 20 years and 6 months for Matthews' murder, but granted the DPP's recommended parole period of 24 years with respect to the other murder. Justice Pusey said the sentence was reasonable, given that Grant went on a rampage after the first murder. Grant was further sentenced to 20 years each for 6 gun charges, 15 years each for the wounding charges, and 10 years for the assault with intent to rob charges. The sentences will run concurrently. A Christmas blessing. Instead of hosting a grand bash to celebrate her 50th birthday, Michelle Henry has opted to channel her energy and resources into constructing a house her mother and her family need. Henry will celebrate her birthday tomorrow, said she resolved to give the family a house for Christmas as her birthday gift because of principles her now 100-year-old grandmother instilled in her, primarily the heart of giving. Growing up as a child, I have always been inspired to give. It really makes me feel good to help others and to see that I can make someone's life more happy and to make their living condition much better than what they had before, Henry said. My grandmother always taught me that in giving, there's a sense of peace and comfort that you get from helping others who are less fortunate. And she always reminded me that it comes with a blessing to give and to give with your heart. And Anna Thompson is forever grateful for Henry's kind heart and generosity. I feel so happy, declared the unemployed mother, who lived in a dilapidated house with her 2 children and elderly mother in Dock District in Point Hill, St. Catherine. Our living condition was so bad, but God sent help. Now me and my family get this Christmas blessing. We can enjoy Christmas in a comfortable home. On Monday, Thompson received the keys to the new furnished house, which Henry paid charity organization Food for the Poor Jamaica to construct. Members of Henry's immediate family who were present at the handover donated the furniture along with groceries as gifts. Thompson said although she had expected the house, she was surprised by the furniture and the food, which will definitely make her Christmas merrier. She was even more overjoyed at getting a refrigerator, enabling her to reserve food and manage her limited resources. Thank you very much. I feel so happy, the cheerful mother told Henry and her family. Thompson shared that things have been really difficult, noting that for the last 15 years, she and her family were forced to live in a single 10 by 10 foot room with centimeters from the new house. She showed the cramped space with its leaky roof and lacking a toilet or air for potable water. She said her family had no choice but to use nearby bushes to relieve themselves. On the outside of the dwelling was a makeshift structure for bathing. The foundation of the old building was shaky. We have to use ladstone to brace it. This is a Christmas gift I've been waiting for a while now. 15 years now we're in that house. When rain fall, we have to come outside for wash the plate and have a shower. Sometimes when the gas finish, me have to cook with coal on the stove. Even when the rain fall, me have to tie plastic bag and tarpaulin on the house top because the solid takes a fall out, so me have to hold it up with plastic, she explained. This is the best Christmas gift ever. Nothing can really compare to receiving a house, a shelter for me and my 2 girls and my mother. Now we have a dining table and a kitchen where we can comfortably cook our Christmas meal. Thompson added, I don't look at your dressing, but I don't have anywhere to keep clients. But with the house, me can do here on the veranda and have more persons come over to do them here. Henry shared that she was also inspired to give the house because of friends she lost during the COVID-19 pandemic. My life has been renewed and I wanted to do an earthly act that was significant and pleasing in the sight of the Almighty, she said. Henry also said she was blessed to witness her grandmother celebrating her 100th birthday this year, which she believes is her earthly reward for her generous heart and spirit. I want to use this opportunity to encourage everyone, citizens and businesses, to contribute to the homeless and those in need. It's really a good cause, and it's just an awesome feeling when you see how happy you make a family, Henry declared. ABM Vandal arrested. Police searching for a second suspect. One of two men who vandalized an automated banking machine, ABM in Brownstown, Cental early Friday morning, has been arrested. The suspect was arrested Friday afternoon during a police operation. He is facing a charge of malicious destruction of property after the glass door at the bank was damaged. It's reported that sometime after 2 a.m., the police received reports that two men were seen throwing stones at the National Commercial Bank NCB branch in Brownstown. The front panel glass at the entrance of the building was shattered by the vandals. During further checks, it was observed that the touch panel of the automated banking machine was also smashed by the men. The incident was captured on CCTV cameras. The cops are searching for the second suspect. In JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.